All right, we should be going live. Had a little boo-boo there. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another session of the Jedi Academy, the Q&A show where we try to answer all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Capital Games. I'm your host with the most, Ranger J 1999, welcoming you to another edition of the Jedi Academy, number 224. We did 224 of these. Good Lord in heaven, what is wrong with us? But that's just pretty simple, straightforward show. It's pretty, it's not hard to figure out. You have questions, usually we get a panel on, we'll see who jumps on. I know it's early in the morning, it's hard to get up this early, and if you're not used to it, and try to be on here to answer questions. But we are here, no matter if it's just me or 20 people, we will always be here to answer your questions as best we can. So the way it works is if you have a question, all you need to do is pop it into the chat. Make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question statement. I use Nightbot as a filtering tool, and to make it simple, we have a filtering word, and we just keep it simple, keep it stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. And we make it the word question. So just put the word question in front of your actual question statement, get your question in, and we will get those scooped up. 98% of the time we get through all the questions. Sometimes we don't. There are those streams where we are just inundated with questions. We can't get to every single one, but not to worry. If we don't get your question, a lot of time people ask questions that, you've asked, but we answered their question that kind of answers your question as well. But don't be afraid. Go ahead and get your questions in. We'll get those scooped up, and we will rock and roll. Hope everybody's feeling fine on a Saturday morning. Glad to have you guys here. You can be doing anything else, but you're hanging out with us. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's just tradition. It's tradition. We're always up early on a Saturday morning instead of sleeping in and drinking nice coffee and having a good day. After a long work week, we're here to relax, chill, and have some fun talking about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So get your questions in. It does behoove you to get them in sooner rather than later. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe. This is YouTube. If you want to help us, that's a great way to do it. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Watch the video the whole way through. You hear content creators saying that all the time. If you'd like to support what RSG is doing outside of this, you can become a Patreon sponsor. There's super chats you can do while we're doing this. PayPal, breakfast cereals, Christ, there's all kinds of ways. So feel free to, however you'd like to show your support and love, go ahead and feel free to do it. It's all appreciated. It all keeps us up and running and streaming. And that's all that really matters. All right. You see that people are starting to slowly creep their way in. I can see that the questions are slowly creeping in. So get your questions in, have some fun, and let's get this party started. What's coming up? Trying to think of we've got D&D tonight over on Twitch for RSG. So if you want to go check that out, feel free. I encourage you. We have a lot of fun, with the D&D session. You guys seem to really enjoy the hell out of it. So if you want to check out Dungeons and Dragons, feel free. Let me see something here. So one of our viewers is doing Chewbacca is doing a fundraiser today. I'm just going to pop this in here. Pop this in. Let's see if this is the right link. Yeah, so if you'd like to help with their charity, feel free to go support Chewbacca. It's raising money for the Northwest Kidney Centers. And so if you'd like to support a fellow skewer, please do. So I linked it in the stream there. You can go support that. I think last night, the Escape Podcast also announced with Dojo and Crumb their upcoming stream to support the Children's Miracle Network. So there's that. October 30th, mark it down in your calendar. We've got the RSG. We're kicking off our campaign for this year for the American Cancer Society. As you know, we are Gamers for Cancer, something we helped start. We are very much involved with the American Cancer Society. So October 30th, we are going to be starting our campaign, raising money for the ACS. There'll be more to come on that, so just mark that down. It's going to be a 24-hour stream. You guys have always been incredible about supporting what we're doing with that. So if you feel free to come join us, we'll have lots of cool stuff, and we're gonna have a lot of fun playing games and all kinds of stuff with guests, like we always do, and just kick ass and take names. Any other big news announcements? I think that's it that I can think of for anything related in some form or capacity to Reality Skewed Gamers. Just trying to think of anything else. No, I think that's pretty much it. So, today I did GAC last night with Thane. Had a lot of fun. Big shout out to the Dodger. Old Dodge donated so many subs, is ridiculous. But we had a lot of fun last night. I think that's it. So I think we're good to go on announcements. So typically at this time we talk about what's going on in the game and what's our thoughts are on the game before we start pulling up questions for you guys as we get the panel slowly creeping in. It's early Saturday morning. I mean, I just drank a bunch of coffee and I'm just like, Jesus, I still feel like I'm a zombie. So keep your questions coming in. Oh, I see we got someone joining. Looks like it's the Nev. Is the Nev there? It looks like he's trying to connect. He's using that dial-up internet, so that could be a problem. Well, eventually the Nev will get here. We'll wait to see what happens with the Nev. There's been a lot of stuff. We had a lot of changes, a lot of announcements in the past week. We've had the... wait, I think the Nev's here. Is the Nev there?
Hello, Governor.
There he is. He's the guy there. He's got the green screen going on. There you go.
I'm turning it off.
Oh, it's fine. Nobody cares. It's fine. It's just green.
Oh, God. My brother is upside down.
Okay. Just going to leave that.
No, sorry. My brother is literally upside down. It's in one of those gravity chairs.
Right.
Okay. Right. Okay. So sorry I'm late. What did I miss?
We just started. I just did all the introduction stuff, and we're at that section of the show where we just kind of talk about what's on our minds with SWGOH. You had Dojo on and Crumb last night.
Yeah, we had Dojo and Crumb. Well, I mean, Crumb was very, very quiet until the end, but we had Dojo on talking about the. We were talking about his his little project, the whole speed GAC.
Yeah.
And then we asked him a couple of questions. I wasn't sure about Paul's question. I was sure about my question, but I'm gonna in future interviews I'm gonna tell Paul to write his questions down before he asks.
I watched the interview. I wasn't sure what Paul. I kind of got what he was trying to say, but I can see why Dojo was a little like, what do you mean? Can you clarify? Because he was trying to get into TW and stuff, right? With
yeah.
So. I thought it was a good interview with Dojo. Why they're doing what they're doing. You guys asked some good questions. I think the reason why I asked the one that I asked was because when we've had issues with them doing re-releases and doing updates on stuff, if there's been issues, they've been relatively prompt with their response, and then they've been fairly quick when it comes to the implementation of the resolutions for those issues. And that's why I gave challenges as the example. Right.
Challenges was released and it was awful, broken. And Dojo did a post within 24 hours saying, we know there's problems. Don't worry about it. We know that they're there. And then like a week later, they fixed it. So on that occasion, they were super fast, super quick, and got everything sorted. But with Territory Wars, it's like, okay, so why is it taking much, much longer to deal with Territory Wars than it is? Because obviously everybody wants Territory Wars fixed like now, don't they?
Well, I think, some things you can fix, as I said, when it comes to games and stuff, some stuff you can fix pretty quickly. Some stuff you can't because you don't even know how you want to fix stuff. And that really comes down to what it is. Like, identifying the problem. How big of a problem is it, and then what's the solution, and then how long will it take to get that solution squared away, right?
Yeah, so that's basically what Doe just said. They have to take into consideration the big thing that they have to take into consideration is the coding on the matchmaking and making sure that they don't release too much too quickly so that people can exploit it.
Yeah.
So he highlighted the fact that yes, they are aware of issues, and then he did the hypothetical. He's like, well, okay, so if we look at the time issue, and what if we do change it to one territory war that lasts 48 hours long, and we just double the rewards? And then he explained if that was the hypothetical change that they were going to implement, that how long it would take for them to go through all of the finer points before they could just shove something like that out.
Right. So, yeah, it was a good, and you have to be somewhat reasonable with the expectations. I mean, yeah, I've seen, and they're getting all this stuff. I mean, I had Crumb on last week, and we talked about this. We talked about testing and the feedback and where they're getting their feedback from and how they go about looking at that kind of stuff and how much interaction, just for instance, I have with them and like telling them, what I'm seeing anecdotally or, sending screenshots of, what I'm seeing. I mean, we're testing the hell out of stuff, but I mean, there's just, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you test something. You just cannot foresee what's going to happen when it goes to the live server. Like you just don't know. And so what we're trying to do too is on the back end, as soon as it goes live, it's like we're looking at it too. And anytime you guys, as I said, as soon as something goes live, I'm just waiting for the responses from people sending me screenshots and stuff, and I'm forwarding that to CG. Like, there we go.
I mean, I was going to ask the. You remember where I was talking to you? I was going to ask, but didn't have the time, and I will do it the next time. I want to know what their sample size is. I want to know what their test, the test group size is. I analogize it to a poll. When you're polling a group, this poll generated these results. A poll of 1,000, a poll of 4,000. You're always told what the sample size of that poll is, and I'd love to know what the sample size of the testing is. Is it is the sample size 100 people? Is it 200 people?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It'd be great. I know you don't, and I would love to know. I keep forgetting to ask this question. I really want to know what the sample size is.
It's not that big because I mean it's big, but it's not that big. I mean, you'd be surprised. I think that they're really trying to limit who has access to that because they don't want stuff being leaked, and it's people they trust, in the community and other people, and so I don't know. That'd be a good question. I mean, so. But it's a certain amount of people that they trust that they think know the game, and what the way I understood it is like respect like what people that will test it and give their honest feedback, and they want that. So, so when I'm testing stuff, I'm me, Nev. I'm like I'm brutal on it. It's like hey, this is really good. I don't get this. It's like, what are you thinking? So
this is really good, and then.
Yeah, but this way you got to be constructive. You got to say like what you like, or if you don't like something, like why you don't like it, and then you offer like your ideas for solutions or what you think could happen, or it's just stuff like that. So I mean, and I think it is what it is. But I mean, I give props to CG. They're out there communicating. I mean, people want Cubs had a really good interview he was talking with who was it, Heinze this week, about some of the community pushback. Maybe we should be a little bit harder with them, but with our questions and stuff. But I think Cubs said it best, like, why am I going to ask a question I know I'm not going to get an answer to? I mean, there's no point. I mean, and so.
No, mate, I think that is perfect. That's why I asked the question that I did. I think because the first thing that popped into my head from having a conversation with a couple of people was someone like asking about. I'm like, no, I'm not going to ask about Conquest anymore. We've been banging our head with questions.
Man, that thing is, trust me. You guys, that stuff is getting through. Yeah. That stuff is. I'm not. It's been heard, and trust me, they heard it.
So I figured, any questions about that would be like flogging a dead horse. So that's why I came up with the time. Why are you taking so long to respond and implement
Yeah.
changes regarding this, whereas we've seen you have a history of dealing with things fast. And I actually, I wanted to ask something I thought I was going to get an answer on, and I pretty much, I didn't get, we're going to fix it then. It's, we are going to get round to fixing it, but it's going to take us a bit longer because we have to take into consideration all of these things.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, that I was with AP last Friday and we were talking about, our relationship with CG. And, he made a great point to his fan base. He was like, listen, we may not ask the questions on a live interview, but you bet your butt we're asking those hard questions on the back end. We are asking stuff offline, like we're having those conversations with them. We're just not going to show or talk to you about those, anything. Like I always say, if you want to know about future content, unless it's a reveal of some sort, they're not going to talk about any upcoming changes, things that they're looking at, things of that nature. That you're just never going to talk about it, and for a multitude of reasons. But so all we can talk about when we have them on is, this happened, you did this, why did you do this, why is this working, why is this not working, stuff that's in the game that's just been released and stuff that's broken or not working. We can ask those kind of questions. But if you want to say what's the next GL, we're not going to, one, I'm not going to answer, I'm not going to ask that question. And two, they're not going to answer, they're not going to tell you what's going to come, because especially with all the stuff, testing and stuff going on, until it's ready, they don't want to announce it. Because I've seen gaming companies do that before, where they said we're going to be doing this soon, and it didn't come for much later. And I mean, it just pisses off your community. You want to talk about the community being angry? Promise them something's coming, and it doesn't happen. Watch what happens. I've seen that happen in other games, and it's ugly. It is really ugly.
Zynga have done it with Star Wars Hunters. Oh, don't worry. We'll have it out. We'll have Star Wars Hunter out in the summer on the Nintendo Switch, and we'll have it released on all other platforms by October. And it's and they haven't released it in any way, shape, or form. And Star Wars fans are chomping at the bit for a new Star Wars game. Zynga have made promises and they haven't kept them. So now I'm like, right, okay, so false promises, great. Another developer that's making a Star Wars game that isn't being entirely,
forthcoming,
liberal with the truth, and forthcoming. So yeah, I mean that's a great way to start, isn't it? That's a great way to start your new Star Wars mobile game. Bullshit the community as to when the game's actually going to get released. Yeah, I always
say, if you're going to do a teaser trailer and stuff, just say coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. They should have just stuck with that.
And you make sure that if you do have a date, say if it's tentative, say it's a tentative fall of 2021. That way, in case something happens, because stuff happens, right? Murphy's Law.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, okay, we have to push it back, and then you can be honest about it. Say, we just had some problems, and it's not quite ready yet, and we don't want to put out a crappy product. I mean, that goes over a lot well than saying, coming October 2021. And then it's like, all right, so it's not happening in October 2021. It's now 2022. It's like, well, what happened? Yeah. You said October 2021. So I think wording and how you present something is just as important, than anything. All right. We got a lot of questions here, Nev. You ready to rock and roll?
Have we? Yeah, ready to rock and roll, mate.
Let's do it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. I kind of dicked around with my GAC last night. I mean, I listened to Thane got we've got our counters pretty much down. So Thane wanted to see a Jedi Master Luke solo versus Mon Mothma. It didn't go well.
Oh no.
Well, we had averaged 60 on all the other fights, because we just efficiency fighter. He put on a bunch of bullshit and which is typically what we see. And so we got to the back wall. It was like one of the last fights. Let's see Jedi Master, because I had Jedi Master Luke sitting there, GL Luke sitting there. I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to you, Thane. I have a bad feeling about this. But I went in there and I mean, we kept killing them, but they kept getting revived because we just couldn't kill them all fast enough and stuff. So, they were doing the turn meters things. And I was like, God damn it, here we go again. You set my ass up. So, but yeah, I mean, we've been practicing our counters and stuff and getting ready for the dev versus content creators, which is hopefully coming soon, guys. We'll have a big announcement on when that's actually happening. We know it's around the corner. We just there hasn't been any solidified dates or anything yet. So
no, it takes the thing everybody's going to have to remember is it's going to take a lot of coordinating.
Yeah, it's a lot of coordination.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people involved. It's going to take a lot of coordination. So yeah.
Yeah, and then and if you look at this is just for fun, guys. I know there's gonna be some shit talking and stuff like that, but for me, I just want to beat the devs. I don't care if I beat a content creator or if they beat me, because it's like, okay, we can do that anytime in GAC. I just don't care, right? But for this, man, I want to kill the devs, especially since Loki has betrayed us.
I know. Since Loki has betrayed us, I want to see you and Thane against
We
Crumb
want blood
and
on that.
Loki.
Yeah, we want blood.
We must have blood because Loki has completely and utterly betrayed us. And
Yeah.
Crumb's like,
not only that,
but
Crumb was telling, and I don't mind Crumb having this. He's like, we're gonna have a war room when we face you guys. I'm like, I don't blame you. I mean, if you need, you do what you need. Me and Thane are coming in there. And we are going to two-man this.
Need, do it.
Yeah, because me and Thing don't need that. And I certainly know the other competitors don't need that. I know. I mean, they picked the cream of the crop here, Nev. I was talking about this yesterday. I'm like, you look who's on the list of who they're fighting. You got Cubs, but he's decent. But you've got Grid, his coach.
You've got Grid,
and Grid's a top competitor. The other team is T Money and Gom. Gom is the number one guy in Division 1. You got Zareth and Solo, who are the top of the charts in Division 1 and Division 2. You got me, always in the top 5 in the Premier League and stuff. So, and Thane's like no joke either. I mean, Thane knows his stuff. That's why we call him the GAC Whisperer. So, Kate, and Kate's really good. She's not used to high-end fighting, but she's been practicing with Thane's account, so she's going to be ready to go. And her and the Llama are going to be ready to rock and roll. And Kate's a top-end competitor. So,
yeah, I mean, the only difference...
They picked some toughies to go against here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kate's good at that lower division, but that's because she absorbs when she's been coached. Because you got to remember that she was coached on mods by Dagger, and then she was coached on GAC by Thay.
Yep.
And she's been listening because she's been consistently getting 2-1 and 3-0s. Can you remember the last time Kate got 1 and 2? Because I can't.
No, it's been a long time.
I can't remember the last time she got a 1 and 2. She always gets a 2 and 1 or a 3 and 0. So as long as she practices using
she has been
the GL, as long as she gets the practice using the other GLs,
Thane's been letting her use it. Yeah, they've been doing GACs with Thane stuff, and so her and Llama, they're all in, and they've been practicing. So, I mean, the only thing I've been doing with my practice is like just practicing certain counters I just want to be ready for and a little bit more comfortable with. Like we've been using religiously Imperial Troopers versus like Darth Revan and other those off meta teams that you want to use. Just getting everything locked down and looking good and solid. It's just so that no matter. Because we're always thinking, well, what about this? What can we use here? So we're always trying to think about something off that we can try just to see. That's kind of why we did the Luke thing last time. Like, well, if we get in that situation, we want to go for banners. Would Luke work against Mon Mothma, right? I mean, because you have those certain circumstances, just thinking, well, it's a GL, right? But there's certain teams that, I don't know how this is going to play. So it was a good, in that sense, it was good to see, if we get in that circumstance where we're going for points and I've got a crappy team and I got a GL, can this work, So yeah, it was, we tried it yesterday. I'm still going to give things shit for that. Another Luke dies from a cruddy team. Ram-Man with Jedi Luke and now Thane with Jedi Master Luke. Some bitch. Oh boy. All right, let me redo the questions here and let's start rocking and rolling. So stay tuned for that, guys. We'll have more information on that. Also, I linked it earlier. I want to check it out. Chewbacca tonight will be having they're raising money for her foundation for the Northwest Kidney Centers. So if you want to go support that, you can. I think it's an auction. It is an auction, but you can go at least be there, support, watch, that kind of thing. Just show some Chewbacca.
Is that for Chewbacca?
Yeah, it's Chewbacca. Yeah.
All right. Oh.
Yep.
Lovely.
Yeah, very lovely. All right, let's see here. Let's see, the 9th? How do I have questions that late? Hold on, the timing on this is really weird. Hold on, Nev. Okay. Really weird timestamps on some of this, but I got to figure it out. Okay, we're going to start with Ancient Farmer. He says, hear ye, what is the best counter for Executor other than the mirror match? Well, we did it yesterday. It is Malevolence with TIE Fighter in your starting lineup. You have to have high relics, at least relic 5 or higher on your ships for this to work, because Executor's going to have Relic 5s and stuff on there too. So if you want to have a good decent shot at it, there's two
I
ways.
was doing
Yeah, go ahead.
that with Gear 12. I was doing that with Gear 12's Ranger until the update. Before the update, I had a 75% success rate on 5s and 6s and a 50-50 chance on 7s.
Yeah.
Since the update, I have not won with that counter once. Not once.
Yeah. So what I'm just, and we've been doing this too, is the other thing is you can do is you can use your regular malevolence. You don't have to have TIE Fighter. You just go in with like your cruddy fleet, right? You want some solid ships in there, at least Gear 12. What you're trying to do is get the you go in there with your first fleet, you let Executor destroy it, but they use all their first round abilities, right? Like the AoE from the ship, the capital ship, and then they use their big hits at the beginning. What you're trying to hope for is Boba Fett is that your ships last long enough, and you'll work it out. But you get the lineup, and then Boba Fett comes in, drops his seismic charge, and then you go in with malevolence, and then just destroy it afterwards. I mean, we have no problem doing that. So I'm okay two-shotting executors because I like mine on defense because it just gives people heartburn because mine's really high relic. So I'm okie dokie with that.
Yeah, yours is nice and relic. It's juicy.
Yeah, I started the push for Lord Vader yesterday, and I just ran out of salvage, so I'm going to be spending the next week just farming salvage pieces. Man, it is so bad right now how bad salvage is. I mean, I've done so many characters relic. That's why, and not just the GLs, but Luke and some of these other high end stuff. So I'm trying to time it because I got Cam I'm about to unlock, I got Lord Vader, and I got Maul I'm about to be working on. So that's gonna be my project for a while. So, oh my god,
that's one of those long term side
well,
projects.
yeah, it's gonna be one of those things. It's like Jesus Christ, it's gonna be a bitch. So really, my farm is going to be salvage right now. It's not even. I'm fine on Cartex. It's just salvage, like just being able to salvage shit. It's like, good god.
Salvage and lots and lots and lots of assault battles.
Yeah,
Tier 3s.
yeah, lots of those, and I got a lot of those done. The only thing, like Night Sisters, one I don't have, and I'll never get that one. I'm just not even remotely,
interested in taking the notes.
Nah. All right. What else in 3 question? What is this dial-up technology that Nev is using? It's either really new or really old. Yeah, I mean, Nev's, he's using AOL. Nathan H question: do you have any idea why I lost in a rematch yesterday due to a slow connection and my TV froze today when I have a Samsung G21 with 5G? That's got to be the only thing I can think of, because it sure isn't your hardware.
No, it's not the hardware.
If TB froze, that's something related to the game. And it happens. It's happened to me on my phone, and it's happened to me on BlueStacks. There's nothing you can do about that.
I mean, it might be the RAM. It could be the RAM in his phone. I mean, how many apps were you running? How much stuff did you have running?
Well,
in the background?
how much stuff you have in the background?
Because if you had a bunch of apps running in the background that are RAM intensive, then
you could have had I don't know who your internet provider is, but I mean, I usually on my phone am connected to the Wi-Fi, right? When I'm here chilling at the hizzy, and sometimes just lose a signal. The Wi-Fi goes down a little bit. I mean, hell, it happens when I'm streaming. Sometimes the internet just goes poop. So it's just one of those things. There's nothing you can do right in the middle of the worst opportune time that you're doing stuff like, all right, let me just knock out this TV battle. No. It's like, oh God. It could be a multitude of things, Nathan H. Moma Nadon says, question: I'm building Biston for a Mon Mothma team and like to strengthen my Rebel fleet. Is Scarif Rebel Pathfinder worth gearing past Gear 12 for that ship?
Yes.
Yeah, for Rebel fleet, yeah, it is. You have to.
For Rebel fleet, yeah.
And he's pretty decent. I wouldn't say on the Mon Mothma team he's okay. I mean, the ideal team for Mon Mothma is Biston, Scout, Hoth Rebel Scout. This is a traditional team: Biston, Kara, and Mon Mothma. There's other people that will go with the pilot. You know, I'm talking about Bodhi Rook, and they'll like one of those pieces moving in and out. But that's typically the team. But yeah, Hothra, you can put SRP in the Mon Mothma team. It works. It's not as effective as those other ones. But yeah, for his ship, if you want to have a very effective, and I've seen Loki use his all the time. When you have a really and other people that have decent relics on the Biston ship, it makes it faster, and that you get your rebels to go, and it can wreck a lot of stuff. So that's that's my next project actually. Yeah, that's my next project. We're gonna get Vader, Cam, and Maul done, and then it's like, okay, great. Now I got to go work on Mon Mothma because I told Thane I would do that. So, all right. Nathan H says, question: why do you think people equate with being salty with asking good questions? If you want entertainment here, CMYHP with Mobile Gamer. What? CMYHY WHYP.
I don't know that acronym. Do you know that acronym?
Entertainment here, CM space WHYP with Mobile Gamer. What is that?
I don't know.
I mean, that acronym can mean anything. Acronym.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that acronym.
I mean, expand on that, please, Nathan H. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that acronym.
I'm assuming here, entertainment here, combat missions. By helping your pal with Mobile Gamer, I don't know what that. I'm taking a shot in the dark on it, man. Like, what the hell is that? Commander Whip. What the hell's Commander? I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that is. If it were talking, I don't know. All right, Nathan H. Jesus. Nathan H. question: how do you currently mod gas in Jedi Luke? Well, I can say how I'm doing. And Nev, you just got gas?
My gas is only 6-star gear 11 at the moment, so it's health mods and protection up the wazoo.
Yeah, I mean, mine's still, it's an offense set with tons of offense. I think we've got mine sitting at, here, I'll pull mine up real quick and tell you the exact stats I didn't have in front of me. But gas is sitting at, for him, speed's not that important. He's 244 speed. That's not the big thing. I think I'm around 130,000 protection, 75,000 health. And he is hitting at 9,534 offense damage. So that's ideally what you're shooting for. Tons of protection, so he can take the hits, and he hits hard when he counters. And so
yeah, I'm putting my GMY mods on my when my gas hits 7 stars and I relic. I'm taking the GMY mod because my GMY offense mod set on my GMY is phenomenal. I'm taking it straight off GMY and putting it on gas because. Yeah, GMY's.
Well, I mean, he's. I mean, mine's. And then Jedi Knight Luke again. He's the same thing. He's a little bit different. You're going just offense. You know, as much as you can. Offense set. I like crit chance. I just like him hitting hard. You know, I mean, mine's almost 12,000, so 11,000 something. I can't remember the exact number, but I mean, he hits hard. You put his buff on, and he is just starting to destroy folks. So, really the same kind of modding I had before. I've just upped the damage a little bit on each of them just to kind of counteract it. They don't do that true damage like they did, but they still hit effing hard, man. That's all I got to say. Oh, look. Well, you know, my name is Heinzie. And I like my preloading. I like to preload all day long, so come do preloading with me. Look, it's the blunder from down under.
Yeah, good morning. I'm sorry I'm late.
Were you asleep?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
You look like you just woke up. Look at that punum. That's a sleepy punum.
I haven't. My sleep pattern has been at an all-time craziness lately. So yes. I set the alarm and missed the window. I'm sorry, but I'm here now. Better late than never, right? So sorry about that.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can just jump on in. All right. Nathan H. question, Governor, when do you plan to next visit family and friends on the other side of the pond? Oh, that's really, Nev, visiting jolly old
No
England?
idea.
Yeah, no idea. Okay.
No idea.
Ray Rock says, why Thane and no Loki for the tournament? Well, I mean, I brought it up to both of them. It just made sense. I mean, Loki and Thane talked about it, and Thane's been doing the streams with me, and we've been, doing a lot more. Loki, we've been on his streams, and we talked about it. I can only have one person, and, Loki was, he was the one that suggested it more than me. He's like, yeah, take Thane. That works. And then Loki went and betrayed us by joining those nasty, dirty...
Traitor.
Capital Games, Illuminati devs. So it's on. I'm going out for blood.
Take him.
Yeah, Loki's going down. Nathan H. question. Why did they not approach Calvin Awesome in a traditional match? I thought anyone in CG would beat him. Well, I don't think in a traditional match CG is going to beat much of anybody that's on this panel. So here's the thing, and this has been talked about with the interviews about the speed GAC. This is just the first one. They want to expand this, get more content creators and more people involved with this. There's only so much room. They went with, who they wanted to go with. And, it's not like saying that they won't have Calvin Awesome and Heinze and other folks, get around the next round, right? They want to expand this and get more people involved and do more stuff with this. But it's for the first one. They picked a group. They picked a pretty solid group, in my opinion. Good God, of GACers. And so, yeah, and it's a new game form. There's a lot of stuff, and so there's nothing saying that they won't have in the next round Heinze and Mort and Calvin, and God help them if they pick all that. But they're gonna get stomped again. So yeah, I mean there'll be more opportunities for if this goes well and it goes off really well, then of course that's their plan, is to get more people involved. Because I know Heinze would love to be involved with it. Calvin and Morton then would love to be involved with it. Just they had pretty much surmount slots. They picked who they wanted, and they want to expand it, and they'll get more people out. So we'll see. Rid ABD's question: how does it work when Lord Vader hits ultimate while all allies are dead? How does it work when Lord Vader hits his ultimate while all allies are dead? I'm trying to think if there's something not working with that, because
is it because the more allies he's got, the more he siphons, right?
Right, but
how many pops his ultimate?
By that time, he's probably already in his ultimate once. If he's going to his ultimate again, let's just put it this way: when Vader gets into his ultimate, he's going to start wrecking face. It is gross. Yeah. So you just really need him to get there once, and then, oh my God, he just starts going bananas. I mean, he builds up fast. It's like you don't mind his folks dying around him because, good Lord. Now, I don't know. It's just about damage. So even if his allies are all dead, he still can take damage. And he, I don't really think it has any. Am I missing something here on this question, Heinze? With Lord Vader, ultimate while his allies are dead.
I think he's certainly not as nasty if he's on his own when he pops his ultimate. You want to try and take everyone out around before he pops the ultimate. That's 100% definite, because he just siphons so much more from his allies when he pops it, and he's just absolutely disgusting. So you do want to take everyone out before you take.
I'd like to know the scenario where you killed the entire team before he got this ultimate hit, his first one, because
I've done that. Even with it's rough. It's harder than it used to be now with Royal Guard being buffed up, and he's a bit of a beast. Yeah. But it's certainly definitely possible. But yeah, more often than not, you're going to have at least one or two still standing. That's what I found.
Let's see here. Yeah, we'll research that, me and Heinze, there for you. I don't have it in front of me right now, so I can't really be for sure how that scenario plays out. But we can go dick around with it there, Heinze, and figure it out.
Sure.
Because Heinze's moving up in the world. I'm not going to say anything. I just know things. Heinze's getting more powerful.
Don't know what you're talking about, man.
I don't either. Yeah.
Move along.
Huh? Curtis on fire question: what other GMK counters out there besides Jedi Master Luke and Mirror? I absolutely hate how cheap he is. None. Sorry. At the moment, I'm not aware of anything else that works. I mean, we did have the SLKR one that's been destroyed. I mean, it's totally RNG because the guy's much better at going after Doc and the other ones instead of just focusing on Zomba. That was kind of talk about cheap. That was a cheap counter. Ray can't really do it. She just can't. I mean, it's really rough to try to do it with Ray. You're not going to do it with C. You can do it with C. I'll put it this way. If you have armor and you have Watt, you go 2 tanks, armor, and Watt, and you lose one of your tanks, and then if you can get C, he's got high health, you can do it. C does work. With armor, you get as long as you can get those shreds, those ingots on, and you get the tank tech on, C can do it. It's not very banner efficient, but it does work. I know a lot of people that use that counter. But other than that, Nah, brah. You ain't doing that. I mean, Vader will kill it. The mirror, Jedi Master Luke and C. SLKR and Ray ain't doing a damn thing. I mean, if you know of one, then you're better than me because I've seen a lot of people try and it's gone horribly wrong. We did have the SLKR one. That one's dead. But you either have to run the arena team, you go mirror, you go Lord Vader, and especially Maul when he comes out, it will be a hard counter, and then C with the ingots and the tank tech. That's basically it. All right, Nathan H. question: 29 watching, 7 likes. Viewers, you're our only hope. Yeah, we can get a few more likes out there. That'd be nice. Got more viewers now and stuff. Yeah, who wouldn't mind?
Smash the like button.
Yeah.
Smash it. Smash it.
Yeah, destroy.
Tear it a new one.
Come on. It's right there. Kill it.
You can do it.
Come on. Stop bullshitting. All right, Nathan H. Question. What was Kermit Taken's reaction when he first saw Rose's kit? Well, hi ho, Kermit the Frog here from Sesame Street News. I'm going to say that, I was a little bit underwhelmed. Yeah, I felt sad. Can you say sad? Because sometimes, Heinzie, we feel sad when we see things, and I felt really sad. There you go.
Oh, up and about, mate. Up and about for a Saturday morning. We're off.
We're off and running. Nathan H. question. The acronym is Community Manager. Well, Hardy, you peasants. My favorite mobile persona. Oh, you're talking about mobile gamer. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, mobile boomer. Okay, for him being salty. Okay, gotcha. I maybe just because it's early, I read the question. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about with that acronym? I was like, what? I got you now.
Never heard that acronym before, like ever.
Stole my banners.
That's a good impersonation, man. I like that.
Oh, I mean, I was in the same guild with Mobile Boomer for years, man. Are you kidding me?
That's a good impression.
Yeah, he's a really good dude, Mr. Socks. Skywalker Vader question. I just took Jedi Master Kenobi to Relic 8. Congratulations. If I wanted to, what can JMK solo and GAC? Thanks. Oh, quite a few things. Quite a few things.
Get your pen and paper. This could take a minute.
Yeah, how much time do you got, buddy?
Yeah.
I don't know of one thing that he can't.
Better question would be, what does he not solo?
Yeah.
Probably less teams. There's probably fewer teams he can't solo than can. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's more than he can. I mean, like, it's pretty gross. He can solo C. We know that. He can pretty much... I don't know if he could do Kylo because that team gets ramped up, and then once Kylo gets ramped up, he's not going to be able to pull it off. But yeah, like, lots of stuff, man. Good Lord. It's pretty disgusting, like, what he can do. All right, Nathaniel Morgan question. Will CG release another Bounty Hunter tank? There's a lot of good pieces that bosses hold the entire faction together. That's a good point. We could maybe... I don't know. Do we need we get a lot of bounty hunters. Do you think we need another tank? What do you think, guys?
Oh, Bosca's pretty beast mode.
Yeah, but if we wanted another bounty hunter team, do we need a tanky tank? Another tanky tank. It would form another team.
They'll probably. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that we're gonna get like scoundrels, bounty hunter type characters from the Book of Boba, because that show's going to be huge. There's going to be some major characters in there, and we're going to get some characters from that show. So that would be CG's perfect opportunity to give us another tank, I guess, wouldn't it?
Yeah, would make sense.
One
right?
of the characters from that show, yeah.
I mean, we already got Fennec, so I mean, let's rock and roll. Stonewall question: who do you think the next Conquest character will be? I cannot answer this question. I'll let the other two potato heads speculate.
I think it'll be a ship.
Okay.
I still think the Punishing One, but now that we've got Fennec Shand, I mean, they could always throw her ship in, and then
that's true.
Bounty hunters, and then that Executor fleet just
gets
oh my
gross.
god, it just gets disgusting then. But yeah, I still think Punishing One, because that's been kind of talked about and discussed for a few months now. So and the whole shipping, shipload of content. That would be my
I'm
guess.
getting really nervous here, folks, because I said this was going to be the year of the ship. I was wrong. Unless we get like a mass quantity of ships in the next, less than, it's October? Christ, I got November and December. I'm in trouble. I don't think I'm going to hit.
We still need a ship overhaul. I mean,
I'm in big trouble. Unless they do something crazy, I'm in big trouble, guys. I said this was going to be the year of the ship.
I mean, you read the tea leaves, and I mean, you can go off what you hear and what's released, and from that type of post, I mean, you expect a lot more certainly than we got up until now, 100%. So are we a bit disappointed that we haven't got that? Yeah, absolutely we are. The ships definitely need they need some serious love. They really do need some serious love.
Well, it's just bad for me because I'm like pretty damn good with. I'm really good with my predictions, well ahead of time. I've nailed everything so far. But I was like, yeah. And even before they did the shipload of content, I'm like, yeah, I think this is going to be the year of the ship. That was my one prediction that people like, yeah, you got the GLs right, and you got all these other characters right, and you said this, and it was all came true. But you missed Ships Ranger. You suck. Like,
it happens.
I know. Yeah, well, I'm human. But I don't know what the next Conquest character. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's up. Ship character.
Ship makes sense though. I mean, we've had a few characters. We haven't had ships, so I mean, just
Red 5. Let's go.
Crystal balling, just dead set crystal balling right now. It's definitely time to pop a ship in there as a reward of some sort. But whether it's going to be straight away or not, I'm not sure. I mean, we could get a bit of a break now, before they bring in another character, and we might have a chance to, for those that have unlocked Maul, could have a chance to just catch up and maybe get some currency ahead for the next ones. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't think there is a cadence where there must be a new one every time, and the previous one is unlocked. So we might get a bit of a space, a bit of a gap, but I'm completely unsure. Yeah. Completely unsure.
Nathan H. Question: once Loki plunged in thy knife, did Caesar Ranger saith, "E tu, Loki"?
Up and about, guys. Keep it coming.
I came, I saw, I conquered. I stabbed Ranger in the throat. All right.
Wow.
He's biting his stomach, Ranger. He doth bite his stomach, Ranger.
Me does think him protest too much. Nathan H. question. Hell Heinze. How have you and Grid done recently in GAC? Thanks, Absolute Legend. Well, we know how Grid's been doing. Grid's had a rough start to this GAC season.
Oh God,
he had the bug where he couldn't join, and then last week he had a loss, which I'm just not used to from him of late, because he had that epic run. It just, I think he finished in the top 5, right?
I mean,
he finished second. He finished second in Division 2.
Did he have the bug though? I mean, seriously,
I don't know. I'm going to trust that he did, because Grid was on.
He was on. Did he just up? Like, seriously, got the bug. Like, we've never heard that before. Like, did he just up again? He's done that before. So,
I mean, you know him better than I am. I'm not one to judge.
So my GAC, I'm just going to run short of Kyber this time, unfortunately. I've dropped a couple on the way. Had some really tough contests. I have had a real nasty RNG run this particular tournament. Yeah. It's been 50-50. I've been kicked in the nuts. I really have. So yeah, I'm basically 0-2 for this round of 3 so far. Which I'm not thrilled about. I need to bring it home in the last one, at least get a win to bring it home and get some positivity back. But this particular run, for some reason, I've found it very, very tricky to get things going my way. But it is what it is.
Yeah, well, for me and Nev, we're Kyber once again, like we always are. And,
Congratulations, boys.
yeah.
Very, very happy
well,
for
we
you.
can. We go.
Yeah, I'm not
Week
happy.
4 is always the toughest week of a
It
month.
really
though.
is.
Week 4 is always going to be the hardest because that's where you're going to get much. You're always going to get much tougher opposition
Right.
in the 4th week of a month, aren't you? So
I know that last round I had that finals where the person DNS. I was like, what? In the finals?
Yeah, it happens. Everyone just gets a bit caught out or worn down. I mean, by the time you get to the last one, you've been going for a month. You've been going for a month straight, and it just gets to the point where sometimes
it really does.
you get a little bit burnt out. And I find a lot of people definitely get more burnt out in the 3v3 format. To be honest, when it gets to that last week, you get a lot more auto sets.
Yeah.
Especially if those people have already got Kyber, right, Heinzie? I mean,
Correct.
if
If they've already crossed the line, it's like, man, I'm done now.
sod it.
I've done that. I've done that a
roll and
lot.
DNS.
Yeah, and when we look at my GAC reports, usually it's that last week there. Never. I've been ticking around too much. Like, well, I got Kyber. I did all the video. Let's try this.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. So, I'm just like, okay, I finished 10-2 instead of 12-0. Oh no. Okay. What else? Any 3 question at this point? In what order would you recommend players get the 6 GLs? That's a great question. Here's the thing that's you got to decide. One, I don't know players if they're free to play or spending, right? So how much they spend is part of this equation. But if you just want a GL just to get your life started at the early stages, I'm leaning more and more and more to SLKR as one of your first ones, because when you look at the requirements, say for like Lord Vader and JMK, they are effing steep. I mean, they are really, really steep. Now, if you want to spend and get them, hey, then go get them. I mean, Kenobi's the first one I would recommend if you want to go for it, and you're going to spend some money, because he'll help you in everything. He kicks ass in raids. He kicks ass in light side TB. He's just sick in arena. He's unbelievable in GAC. But for a lot of players, they're not wanting to spend that kind of money. Then kind of SLKR. Because much less of a climb for relics, and you get the same kind of benefits. He can solo, the Sith raid. He does very, very well in the C-Pit raid if you're at that point. He's really good. So those two I kind of go back and forth depending on like where you're at. The other ones are pretty hard to get. Now, Luke is a good one to get too. Like I say, a lot of people doing this where they go SLKR Jedi Master Luke, because you're going to work on and get Jedi Knight Luke, the Rebels, and Jedi Master Luke out of that deal. That's a lot of teams that'll help you, with Conquest and other things, and then they go like a big one, like GMK. Some are even saying maybe to get Lord Vader. So it just depends. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. I think some of the ones all the GLs are phenomenal. Like, trust me, no one loves having Rey more than I do, and having Rey has just been giving nothing but people fits in my GAC. I mean, that lady is the queen of GAC for a reason. She just absolutely, especially in 3, she's a nightmare. Because I'm facing a lot of people that have even one more GL than me, but they don't have Rey. And that's a big problem, because either they have to burn it down with JMK, or they got to go with their C, and their C isn't modded right, or if they don't have the mods to make it work, they're in trouble. I mean, they really struggle against that. So she's really good there, but then she's great in Lightside TB, but then she sucks at raids. So you get some decent scores with her, but you're not getting the same thing like JMK Cat. And then there's C. C, he's really good. He's awesome in arena. He's awesome in GAC, but in other places he's not as powerful as these other ones. So it just depends. I think Heinzie Nev, I think you go for one you really, if it's a character you really like, say you love Kenobi and you just want to get GMK. It's your game. Go get him. Even if it takes longer to farm, go do that, and you'll get a lot of benefit at long term. It's going to slow down your progression, but if you don't care about that and you just want to have GMK, go for it, baby. you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm interested to see, Heinz, your thoughts, and then Nev, especially your thoughts, because you're now starting to get into that GL quandary, right, with your account. But Heinz, I mean, if you had to recommend first couple that you would recommend for folks, what would you say?
I think you're on the right track. It depends if you're going pay or free to play. That does make a bit of a difference. If you're going pay, you just go hard after Kenobi. 100%. That would be my opinion. If you're going more down the free to play track or want to be a bit more conservative, Slacker works great. Sith Eternal's pretty easy to get as well, and he does some good stuff. There's certainly good options. Luke is fantastic, but yeah, it's a lot of work to get him. Even though you're getting fantastic characters, it's going to take a heck of a long time. It really is, to unlock all of those characters that you need. So it really does depend on what you want. But yeah, Kenobi is just streaking ahead at the moment. Really, really hard to beat, in certain situations. So that would be my opinion if you're dropping the credit card. But, it's really up to you which way you go. But Nev, he's a free-to-play master. Who are you going with, bro? Talk to me.
Well, if you're free to play, it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's either Slacker or JML. Now, Slacker, if you're not that fussed about the ancillary characters that you have to progress in order to get Slacker, because obviously it's a lot of First Order in there that don't do a lot. There are some uses to some characters in GAC, but JML, just everything that you have to get in order to get JML has multiple uses. I mean, your rebels for starters want to be able to do tier 3 on the the challenge 3 on the assault battles. You're going to be relicking and collecting characters that will enable you to do that, and then you've got JML that will do well in Squad Arena for you. It'll do well in GAC for you. And, like I said, all of those characters that you have to get in order to progress to JML are a damn sight lot more useful than the First Order ones that you have to relic in order to get Slacker. But then Slacker is just better at the raids. So from a guild perspective, I mean, it's cheaper to go for Slacker and less time consuming from a free-to-play perspective to go for Slacker than it is for JML, because you've got to go for JKL first. And JKL is not, I mean, great character to go for, but it's cheap and it takes a long time because, you've got Hoda and you've got Wampa. And it does. See, the hump that you've got to get over in order to go for JML is Hoda and Wampa.
That's why I always say Slacker, because get that dark side TB, but get that get.
Yeah, exactly. If you're starting from scratch, you've got to say Slacker. If you've been free to play for a couple of years and you just have yet to, cross that line and start farming for a GL, then I would go down the JML. But if you're brand spanking new, I would concur and agree with Ranger. Go down the Slacker route, because the amount of accounts that I see out there, and I have conversations with people, and they're between the 2 and 2.5 mil GP range. They've all got Slackers because they've all gone down that. It's easy to get Slacker and it's cheaper to get Slacker compared to.
And Dark Side TB is going to be one of the first ones you do. You're not going to be, those first Hoth and Dark Side TB are the ones you're going to be doing, and Slacker does very well in there. He will get you some banners, and that helps you get more get, that you need for, those other characters. So yeah, I kind of still lean towards Slacker. Unless you're in circumstances dictate. Let's say you joined a bigger, powerful guild and you're like, go get Kenobi. Okay. Help in Light Side TB. Yay. So yeah. Okay. That was a really good question. But it's fluid, so we'll see. All right. Next question. Here's another one from XO. It says, question, which GLs are the easiest to pick apart if your opponent puts all GLs on defense? Well, I can tell you Kylo's easy, because you can still use the Jedi Knight Luke counter on that. That's easy.
Yep.
See, Trooper still kick its ass, man. It really does. I was shocked on that. I've seen some stuff from some higher guys that were testing this. It's not as good as it used to be, but if you got the turn order and everything right, the right mods, still can handle C. You can two-shot that with another, character or something, right? Another team. The ones that get
JML as well, because most people tend to go cheap on a JML defense. So they don't put. In fact, every single time I've faced JML in GAC, I mean, most of the time it's a slacker, but when it's JML, they go cheap on JML. So they'll do like Basti.
I see Bashley JML. That's getting CLS straight up. I mean, it's like, okay, I got you. I got you. Especially if I don't see Watt. Oh yeah, it's game on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people use gas fiber burst against that JML as well. It'll go down inside of 60 seconds. So it's like, why?
Ray's the tricky.
Why do that?
Yeah, Ray's the tricky one. Because she can cause just heartburn. And then Kenobi and Lord Vader are Kenobi and Lord Vader. I mean, they just are. Oh God, they're really going to mess you up. It depends on the teams that's behind them too, because there are circumstances you can use Gats versus Ray or Galactic Legend Ray, because if you time everything right, there's people that do that. Again, if they go Basti, Jedi Master Luke, which you don't see hardly anymore with Want, or just Basti just in general, you don't really see that Casillas is just a hard counter to it. You can still get bad RNG, but those are the kind of things you can pick apart. And then, say you have 2 or 3 GLs, use them for like the Rey, the Kenobi, and the Vader team. Use your counters for those, and then just destroy. Yeah. Okie dokie. I hope that helps. Let's see here. I did not miss your question, Stonewall. It was asked and answered. You just this question. Now that the dust has calmed down from the nerfs changes and such, just in general, is there a new order into which order to get the GLs? I think we kind of answered that. Yeah, with the last one, Utah. I still think if you're a beginning player, first one you should go for is Slacker. Unless you want to well and go for JMK, I think those two are really good. It's not that Vader's not good, but my God, the relics on that team, in Kenobi too. It's a longer farm. If you're not going to spend, then it's really gonna slow you down. And I kind of like that Slacker, JML. Those are really good ones. Okay, this is the follow-up question from Rid. He says, follow-up question on Lord Vader. He gets mastery from allies. If there are no allies left, where does he get mastery? I mean, if he pops ultimate. At that point, he gets it from himself. He gets a little bit, right? Because he gets mastery from all 5 characters. Or no, he pulls it from his allies, so... I don't think he gets any more, but at that point, if you've already popped, because there's no way they're wiping out your entire team before you get to his ultimate. It's just not happening. So he's going to already have that mastery up there already. So, his ultimate at that point is just going to wear them down, because he's just going to keep stacking that buff, and I think it'll be okay. I don't know if it's that big a deal, but I'll look into it. I don't have a definitive answer for you, Rid, on how that works. It's numbers, and you're asking the wrong group of fellas here for number stuff. Yeah, we don't do the numbery things here. Janet Baker says, is Heinze wearing the white hat now because he's the new sheriff in town?
No, Sheriff Heinze, this town ain't big enough for the both of us. I'll see you outside.
I actually just ordered a few to test and see if they're any good.
What do you think?
I actually like it. I reckon the white hat works okay. I think it makes me look a little bit brighter. I'm a bright kind of guy now, not as dull as I was. I thought I'd test them out, and I don't mind it. It actually, to be honest, the main reason is it probably works better against the green screen sort of setup I've got, to be fair, than the black one did. So that's probably the main reason to test it and try it. But it's got the logo on it, looking pretty schmick. Yeah. I like what I'm doing. I like this. It's pretty good.
Yeah. What's the logo?
Like it, let me know.
Is that the Heinze logo? What logo is that?
Yeah, it's my logo.
There it is. Heinze.
Yeah. So thought I'd try it out. Company do custom logo stuff, so I thought we'd give it a crack and see if it works out all right.
All right.
Not bad. I like it. Yeah.
It's pretty toy. It's toy.
Thank you.
Toy like a tiger. Looks good. All right. What else in 3 question? What do you think Lord Vader will be like in 3v3? I'm trying to think of the team that you would place down in 3v3. I'm thinking it's got to be Lord Vader, Maul, and Royal Guard. Yeah.
You have to tank him up hard.
I think he's going to be a monster, man. The only thing that's going to take that out is, you're going to need J&K for that.
But that's going to shut down Cat, isn't it? Maul. I mean, let's be honest. So that's going to make it pretty brutal, especially if he's super fast. So yeah, when Maul comes out in what 10 days or so, whatever it is, we get our hands on him. Get straight after him, guys. If you already have Lord Vader, don't muck around getting him. Go after that red crate. Get it done.
Ram Bam just donated some bits through
bloody flog dead set. Absolute flog guy.
Mr. I Relic 9 Mace, and I'm proud of it. That's not something you should be proud of.
Within 5 minutes.
I know.
Within 5 minutes of those packs being unlocked, you know, those Relic packs, the Relic 9 packs, within 5 minutes.
He can't help himself. It's an addiction. It's you know, I mean, this is getting into like dangerous territory here. Like, seriously, this obsession is getting really out of hand.
Show me a Relic 9 Mace. I thought it was a Photoshop, and then I thought, no, it's RAM. It ain't no bloody Photoshop. Bloody
DM'd in 5 minutes. I got with a screenshot of it.
Yeah, you call me a muppet? Seriously, that guy, unbelievable.
I mean, your brain damage is strong, Heinzie, but you got nothing on RAM when it comes to this.
Wow. Get stuffed, Ranger.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you drink Fosters and stuff, you got the brain damage. I mean,
man.
But yeah, Bam's on another level, man. Like, I just want to tell him sometimes, like, why don't you mates just get a room and stay there? Leave the rest of us alone. Like, we're sick of it, you know? I thought about doing an intervention, but he just, it wouldn't work because he doesn't think that he's got to hit rock bottom before we can help him. He's got to want to have help, and we can't help him. I mean, I could get all the content creators together and we can have him in a Zoom call and be like, Ram, this is an intervention to try to stop you from doing anything more with Mace. And he'd be like,
we're going to throw him out the window.
Yeah.
He still won't listen.
Yeah. We can only do what we can do, guys. Yeah. Shit. Ram Bam. But no, I think Lord Vader's going to be just fine in 3. She's going to be a pain in the ass. Give me a hell yeah! Let me find the mute button here real quick.
Damn it!
So it's been fun, guys. Ram's here. I'm going to go. See you later.
I don't blame you, Heinz. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Ram, what's going on?
What's up?
You tell us.
I don't know.
I mean, after you wasted $150 on Mace, I mean, how do you?
That's not a waste.
That's a pretty big waste. Solid waste.
I'm having fun with my. Hey, dude, have you not heard? Relic 9 Mace takes that Ahsoka Annihilate better than a Relic 8 Mace.
It's a meat shield, mate. It's a Relic 9 meat shield. That's all it is.
I buffed up my guy so he can die with honor. I mean, I use my I use them in GAC with Kenobi. I'm like, hey, Mace, you get your ass in there and you take one for the team.
Yeah, dude.
That's not a compliment. That's like saying you suck.
I'd rather save Kenobi. Now everybody's using Mace. And so it brings a tear to my eye that everybody's using Mace now.
It's the same thing as me saying I use Rose in the Sea Pit races because I need to just have her die. That's the same thing we're doing with Mace. It's like, go in there and take one for the team, buddy. But I can fight. Nah, bro. You ain't fighting.
Did you hear that Ram Am's a little bit lighter on the Zetas this morning than yesterday, fellas? I don't know if you heard.
Fucking assholes.
No, I didn't know. What's this?
What happened?
We did a marbles race, and because you have a few drunk guys getting together on stream at 1 a.m. in the morning, nothing good ever happens.
No.
And so we made a Zeta bet, and then I decided to follow it on with a double or nothing bet. And obviously I lost both of those. And so I have a Zeta Bodhi Rook at gear 7.
That's not a bad one now.
And I have a Zeta Young Lando at gear 7.
I mean, to be honest, they're not great Zetas, but Bodhi's got his place now with the Mon Mothma team. He's really good. And then Young Lando when that Scandal team is not bad.
I run the wigs with Powell and Scout.
But you'll
That's
get
what I
away
run.
from that. Yeah, but you'll get away from that eventually. You'll go with like Pow and Bodhi and the true mom off the team that just it's gross. It's absolutely gross. So because I remember when Loki told me that like he was using Bodhi, I was like, you're doing what? And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, he doesn't suck anymore. So.
Oh, I love it. No, look, I've got to give him credit. We put him under the spotlight and he stepped up and dumped the Zetas. So full kudos to him.
There you go.
He's a legend. We threw it out there and he responded.
A man of my word.
He is. Never, ever, ever doubt that, man.
Yeah.
Never doubt that.
All right. What else? 73 says it sounds like Heinz is saying he's a little bit country. So is Nevin Ranger a little bit rock and roll? Oh, I'm definitely. I mean, if Heinz is a little bit of country, I'm a whole lot of rock and roll. I've got that. Yeah.
I'm definitely rock and roll.
Yeah.
I'm down under country.
Heinz is. I think Heinz is soft rock. And I'm sorry, Ram Bam soft
Nothing
rock.
soft about me apart from my guts.
No,
Ranger.
I meant to say Ram Bam. Ram Bam's the soft rock, and then
You think I'm soft rock?
Yeah, you're soft.
No, Ram Bam's dance and rave.
Yeah,
Are we talking about like what kind of music we actually listen to? Is that what we're
No,
talking
I'm just
about?
what music describes you the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Not what you would actually listen to.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Do you listen to country music, Heinzie?
No, hell no,
I don't
mate.
think so.
Actually, I've got a broad range. So no, I do love my rock.
Yeah.
I grew up as a '90s boy, so I love my '90s alternative. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I go down that way. But I like a bit of hip hop as well. Love a bit of
sure.
Love a bit of our boy. Love a bit of our boy
Wu-Tang
Dre.
Clan.
I like a fair bit of Dre. I love M, obviously.
Sure.
So yeah, look, I have a broad range. It kind of depends on what I feel like, that day, really.
Yeah.
But no, I listen to a broad range.
Sometimes I like listening to jazz. Sometimes I like listening to voice trance. I'll be sitting there going oops, oops, and have some woman singing this haunting melody, and I'm like, I needed that. And then sometimes like, let's just start banging our heads on the desk.
Had some fun with the rave parties over the years. I've seen Prodigy
That's
live.
not quite the banging of the head I was talking about, Ram Bam. Quit doing that.
Yeah. I've seen Prodigy live once before. They were insane. I love that. I love my AC/DC.
Oh, I've seen so many people in concert. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
I love all those guys. I've seen the Chili Peppers live.
Oh,
that was insane. So yeah.
I mean, we could be here for about 2 hours talking about like all the bands we've seen live. No, I mean, yeah, but that just got, I mean, that means your true appreciation of those bands. Momon to Don question. I find myself refreshing to farm slice material and not actually farming new mods. How do you balance the need to bring in new mods and the need to get more slicing stuff to bring them? Depends on what you're doing. So the way I do this, Momon, I've got a ton. Really, right now I've farmed so many mods. I'm really just trying to take mods to 6E right now and 6A. That's really my big thing because looking at my roster, I've got so many of those mods that are in that 15 to 19 range that either have 3 or 4 hits. I'm like, well, first I need to get them to 6E. And then every time I'm just slicing those up because if those get into the 20s, those are all mods that are going into the 20 range. Now, sometimes you have to, you're low on sets. And it doesn't matter. Like you could just need offense mods. So what you do is on the first round of that energy that you get, you can do this twice a day if you have the time. I do because if you want to work on mods, you pull mods. Slice them up. If they don't hit speed or anything, then get them the hell out of there. Of course, you're going to sell the 3 and 4 dot mods. Keep them in your inventory. That second round of energy use for your slicing material. Slice them up until you've got whatever team you're working on that say needs that offense mods, right? Let's say you're doing mods for gas. Let's say you get those 4 mods you need for gas. Then you're good to go. And then you go back to like what you're doing, like 6E and 6A, because that's really where the money is. If you got a bunch of mods that can go up higher into the high 20s or low 20s, that's where the money's at. So try to get as many mods as you can close to being 6E, especially if you're, and I don't know where you are with your GP, but if you're getting a lot of those challenge crates and things like I am, I mean, that's literally what I'm doing. Now, if you're not, then again, pull mods, slice them. If they hit, get it, put them on, keep slicing them. If not, get them the hell out of Dodge, right? So we do this all the time. We call it mod depression on the lunch stream. You can see it Monday through Friday on RSG. I get my ass kicked with mods all the time. It's wonderful. Not really, no. Let me pull up the questions. Any other advice you guys want to offer on mods? I mean, depression. Oh, God.
I mean, the because I'm free to play, I have a slightly different methodology. So I'll farm and farm and farm until I've got the 6 mods that I want for the character that I'm farming for, and I will keep farming. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I'll farm until all of the full mod set that I've got on them are all in the double digits, and then once they're on then I use my refreshes to do the slicing. So I'll farm until I've got the all double digit speed on the character that I want, and then I switch to farming for the slicing material. And then once it's all done and dusted, I move on to the next character. So I do my mods based on the character that I'm going for. Some you can get done in a month, but I mean, some can take a couple months. I mean, God, still took me forever to do the Dark Trooper. Took me a couple of months to find Dark Trooper mods because I wasn't getting those crit damage speeds. But you know, I've got them all now, and I'm just slicing them all, and I've got some nice 14s and 15s and 16s. So he's nice and fast.
Yeah,
he's gonna be lovely on my Imperial Troopers team.
Yeah, it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a long term. It's a long term. You know, it's a long term project. I mean, you should be working on mods twice a day. 5 minutes. It's all it takes. You know, what you're pulling, what you're rolling up, and what you're slicing. You know, for each of those. So, and you'll change what you're doing depending on like the team you're working on and what you need and things like that. I try to stay hyper focused with mods for the teams I'm working on, characters I'm working on, that kind of thing. And it keeps you kind of focused on that you're not overwhelmed with mods, because you can get overwhelmed with mods. Plus you get all the mods coming in through all the events, not just the challenges, but I mean the other events, you know, like today, the mythic, whatever the event that's there. I mean, you get 5 mods out of there. So I mean, the Grandmaster's training, you know. So yeah. All right. Next question. What else? 3 says, question: with Relic 9 Mace, how easily is Rambam's endurance fleet taking out Executor fleets now? Yeah, how's that going there, Rambam? Executors against the endurance.
Look, hold on. I have never been a supporter of the endurance fleet, and so I cannot, in good conscience, give you a thumbs up on that question because his fleet is trash. He's not trash, but his fleet is trash.
Sure, go on.
Oh, that's all I have.
So, okay.
Way too much Mace talk this morning. Way too much.
Hey.
It's the juices flowing.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Get a towel, brother. Get a towel.
Oh my God.
I already got one.
Let you mess up afterwards.
Nathan H. Question for Rambam. Can you tell us what region or country you are based in? I'm near the largest military base in Texas. Is that you're near Fort Hood? I know that, Nathan. I think you did tell me that.
I am on the east coast of North Carolina.
He's in the Navy.
Yep. I'm with the Marines.
So you're near Gom, yeah?
Well, I mean, yeah, he's in South Carolina, but yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. That's right, he's in the South, isn't he? My bad.
Yeah, you know, it's broken up by North and South, okay? Earn your states.
I'm in Australia. Freaking out.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
close enough.
What do you call the regions in Australia? They've got a specific name, like
we got states. We got states as well.
Are they called states?
Australia's got states.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know what you.
We've only got 7. We've only got 7 instead of 50.
Right.
7 states. But they kind of
mostly on the East Coast, because the rest is just one big state, and they call it no man's land. Because
Western Australia is on the other side there. So yeah, most of it's on the East Coast. And yeah, majority of population live on the East Coast. And then
the West is like a third of the. It's like 1/3 of the size of the country, isn't that?
Yes, it is.
One
state.
Yeah.
It's about, if you overlay the US and Australia, the landmass is about the same. There's not a huge difference between the two. So if you can imagine half of the US, that's one state in Australia.
Yeah,
roughly.
Just think the Western US.
Yeah.
And it's interesting is it's kind of the same terrain. It's mountainous and deserty and poopy.
Yeah. Pure sand, pure desert, and lots of iron ore that we
and filled with a whole bunch of animals that'll kill you.
You're not
Well,
wrong.
they either want to kill you or eat you.
Yeah, well,
Which in and of itself is the same.
Deadly animals need to eat too. Just saying.
Just doing animal thingies. Tumblo Dry, the man with the best friend in the business, his question: can Heinze rap for us? No. Let's not.
It's too late for that.
Too early. No.
I'm nowhere near drunk enough for that right now.
We don't need a nausea rap right now. No, please.
Yeah, no, we don't need that right now.
Please, Jesus, God, no.
I'm doing everyone a favor. My apologies.
Thank you. What else? 73 question. What team is it that works so well with Mon Mothma using Bodhi Rook? Loki told me the team. I can't remember what it is. I think it was Pow. What team was it? He had Bodhi, Mon Mothma. I think Hoth Rebel Scout is a part of that, right?
Yeah.
What are the other two? I want to say Biston, and what was the other one he used?
Would it be Pow?
Maybe Pow. It's gross. I mean, that team, when I saw that in action, I was like, oh my God. He uses it a lot too. I'm like, that's gross. That's really gross. Now, I think Carr was a part of that. I don't know if he had Carr in that one. He might have moved Carr somewhere else, but it's really good, guys. I'm telling you. Now, he's got a little bit higher relics and stuff on it, but I mean, eventually that's, I gotta say, when it's seen it in action, I'm saying, okay, Bodhi doesn't suck. He's got to use.
Ram, go and hit up Loki for some tips now that you've got it.
Get with Loki, he knows. Yeah,
just the tips.
It's never just
always
the tip.
just the tip, mate.
It's never just the tip. All right, the engineer says question, and a lot of guilds people are asking for stun guns and stun cuffs with gear requests. I was wondering how it is in higher guilds. Are there rules like if you only need a few to gear up? I just think for us, it's just like whatever you need, just post it. If someone can do it, they will. If not, then because a lot of us
normally if you put a request in,
people are going to give to it.
You give what you get. So if you're after a particular piece, say a stun gun piece or something, and you got a heap of cuffs kicking around, drop cuffs to someone else.
Yeah.
So you give what you get.
Stun guns I don't give. I mean, stun guns I don't ever have any because I'm still doing characters. But like some of the other stuff, Corbantes and stun guns, stun cuffs, I've got a lot of those. So Jord collars, I'll always pop those. And a lot of time, like guild's pretty good about popping that over to folks. So everyone's going to be different. So
you'll get a talking to if you're just asking for stuff all the time and not giving back, because that is noticed. So yeah, you give what you get. It's a two-way street when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Nathan H. question: could the panel tell us some of their favorite albums or whatever the kids call them these days? Appetite for Destruction, Meteoria, or anything by NF or mine? Influential soundtracks. Or albums.
Throwing Copper, that's mine.
Dirt from Alice in Chains is one of mine.
That
had Wood, that had Them Bones, that had Down in a Hole, that had Rooster on it. I mean, that's one of the most classic albums ever.
Anima from Tool, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like
Tool's really good, man. Their first, that album was good. Trying to think of some other ones. Linkin Park's first or the second one they did, they had all those hits on it. Jesus Christ, I listened to that religiously.
Yeah.
And there's been a few. I mean, there's been some rap ones that I listened to back in the day. I think Dre's The Chronic was one that I listened to. Snoop Dogg's, Eminem. God, there's been so many artists that I've pulled their entire album and just listened to it. I remember Creed, My Own Prison, their first album. I had a lot of. I bought that and listened to that one pretty religiously. The ones after that were like me.
I've been listening to Straight Outta Compton a fair bit lately, actually.
Oh yeah, Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah,
I remember that
classic.
one. Yeah,
that's great. I actually showed my older kids the movie the other day.
Great movie. I mean, it's all your different tastes. I mean, there's so many great artists that have done so many great albums and stuff that, even though it may not be my forte music, I can appreciate, you can go back in time, the Beatles. I mean, good God. I mean, the Beatles have had so many. Michael Jackson, Thriller. I mean, there's these records and stuff that are just like, good Lord, just so much good material on there. That you just appreciate. Prince had Purple Rain.
Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms.
Yeah, that's another good one. I remember Purple Rain being just ridiculous back in the 80s when I was a wee lad. What else? Yeah, there's something. Yeah, but I mean, I grew up with Nirvana. And
Oh yeah,
Vertigo.
it Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh yeah, and so many good stuff, good albums. Just top of my head, those are some of the ones. Wu-Tang Clan.
We could go on for hours about music. I mean, I love music.
Yeah, I do too.
There's so many. Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Oh God, yes.
You know, that's absolutely brilliant.
What I gotta put it in you. Heinz's dumb, and then I gotta slap him in. No, sorry, I made that laugh. Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow. Look at Ranger go.
Oh, you know I can do music, man. I've done so many spoof albums. We were playing them last night. I was giving you a hard time on my stream, Heinz, because I'm like, I sent you that other song and you never played it for your fans. So,
oh, come on, man.
I played it for my fans. I was like, this is what I did for Heinz. So there you go. But I said he's got a coin to it to your Heinz, so that's good enough.
There's too much. It's a good problem to have. I've got a lot of stuff going on, man.
I don't mind. It's yours to use however you want. Gappy question: can we have some more Mace chat? Sounds like Heinz is loving it. No, there's really not. No, it's quite heartburning.
I'm sorry, Ram, but mate, we've had enough. No, Mace can just go right off now. We've had enough of that.
I mean, I'd rather talk sports, and I know you guys don't want to hear that, but my Astros won the first 2 games of their series. My Cowboys are doing well. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not used to this. Like, what the hell?
You know what? I respect you. Respect, Ranger.
I'm just waiting for the floor. I'm just waiting for the goddamn mat to be pulled from out me. Like, okay, they're doing so well. When are they gonna fuck this up? I'm just waiting for it to happen, man, because it happens.
You know the Cowboys got to fuck it up.
So bad.
We do that every year.
I know. All right.
Can I just jump in? Skywalker Vader, mate. Dark Side of the Moon, magnificent.
Yeah, that's another good one. We can just go through all the albums. I mean, just so many. Led Zeppelin. I mean, good God. I mean, Black Sabbath. I mean, good God, man.
Sorry, I know I get
so many good. I mean,
it popped up in chat.
The Doors, the Who. I mean, how many albums did Queen put out that you were just like, oh my God, you know? I mean, there's so many good
News
stuff.
of the World.
I mean, come on. What else? 73 question. How much longer before they release Fennec Sean's ship? The answer to that is soon, TM. Thank you. The engineer question follow-up. Isn't it better to ask for green gear to convert into carbonite circuit boards? I'm depleted of all those Reliking tunes. Listen, I'm out of salvage. I can't even finish Lord Vader right now. My only thing I got to farm now is salvage. That's it. I'm not farming any gear or anything else because it's like I'm getting Lord Vader, but I'm like, I need salvage, and it's just that one. It's the chromium transistors. The other ones I've got plenty of, but these chromium transistors, man, God damn it, that's holding me back.
The chromium
man.
transistors is what you're held up on, not
yeah.
I
got plenty of the other shit. Ones? Oh, I got buttloads of those. It's the chromium transistors.
The tier 4 stuff. The chromium transistors is the holo projectors.
I know, but
holo projectors.
I know, but it's easier said than done. I've been farming other stuff because I've been like, working on gear and this other crap and getting Chirotechs and stuff. But I mean, yeah, God damn it. Oh.
I don't think I've heard that in a while, that someone is struggling with the transistors and not the heat sinks.
Actually, it's the
heat sinks is like the worst one.
No, the one that the heat sinks.
Well,
yeah.
The conductor.
Yeah,
the Electrum conductor, those suck.
The bronze wires are easy. The circuit boards are easy, but the transistors are the shitty one. And the heat sinks I got plenty of because I farm MK3 all the shower drains and I just craft those. I mean, I've got 100 right now. I just crafted a bunch and I got plenty more I could craft. That's not a problem. The other ones I'm not really having a problem with, and I got plenty of Relic 8. It's just these goddamn transistors. I was like looking at like, God damn, I'm out of this bullshit again. God, I gotta farm this crap. God damn it. So it kind of held me up. I'm quite displeased at the moment about it. It's like balls. All right. It's like, God damn it. All right. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, carbonite circuit boards. Eesh. There's always that one piece when you're doing this stuff, guys, that you're just going to be like,
There's always something.
It's always something, man.
Always
something. It's how they get you. Every time you try to get
Yeah,
out, they suck you back in.
Bronzium wiring and salvage.
It's something. Yeah. So
Bronzium
I've got
wiring
plenty.
and transistors.
Yeah.
I will never, ever run out.
I've got
salvage for those.
Yeah, I've got it's the transistors. It's just like, you piece of poopy. Nathan H. question: why does Heinze no longer play the greatest preload song ever by Ranger? Would Ranger like to play it at the end of the stream? No.
I did play the Witcher one in every bloody stream. That gets reaction.
Well, he
right.
doesn't play the song, but he's got the clip. He doesn't need to. He's done it. Yeah, he's done it enough.
Ranger, you should have seen the amount of preloading that was going on last night.
Oh, was it pretty bad? A lot of preloading.
Oh God, it was horrible.
Five GLs on the front line, 4 GLs on the front line, and yeah, it was Struggle Town. It was a rough one.
What did you get through? We got through one zone, right?
Yeah, we opened up in the end.
Well, at least you did that.
Ships and then got caught on Executor as well. It was just one of those days where, yeah, it just went really pear-shaped.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens to the best of us.
One of those days, mate. Lucky we drink.
Yeah, hey, that's why the good Lord made bourbon. Wolffeld question: do you think a multi-pull on Bronzium cards needs to be part of the Gear Crunch rollout? It takes so long to get through 10K, let alone 100K or more. Yeah, there's more coming, guys, with that gear stuff. Trust me, there's a lot more coming. So we're just in phase 1 of multiple phases that they've said that they're going to be doing for gear over the next 2 months, 3 months. And so there's much more coming. They haven't even launched. I'm hoping this week they launch the gear stuff, right? With the stun guns and all that other stuff. I think that's gonna be fantastic.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's coming.
Be nice to get something positive going this way. It's been a bit rough lately, so I think we're overdue for some love, certainly.
I mean, I'm just waiting for Mace's.
December the 15th.
I'm just waiting for Mace's challenge tier to drop Mark 5 stun guns.
Yeah,
say give me a spell, bro. Come on, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to sim Mace Windu's challenge tier every day and only get Mark 4 stun guns? Is that what you want to do?
No, I'm just sick of hearing Mace again. Mace again, damn it. But we're over this shit.
But that's a good thing about Mace is you're gonna get Mark 5 stun guns from him.
Yeah, true. It's the only useful thing he's gonna do. That's about it.
Some people have uses, and that's his. Nathan H's question: have you seen the planetary laser light show set to the dark side of the moon? I have.
Hell no, but I'm down. Get me a ticket.
Yeah, it'd be nice, right?
Oh, that sounds amazing.
What else? Any 3? Are there going to be more Star Wars visions? I don't know if they've announced that they're going to do some more of those.
I hope so.
I would think so. It's how popular that thing went gangbusters. So I think they probably will. I'd
rather see expansions of some of the stories.
Oh yeah, like the 9th Jedi. Give me that show, man. Are you kidding me?
I would love to see a series. I mean, the episode 5 one was just
fire.
My favorite. Oh my god, I would love to see a series on that.
Yeah,
that young female Jedi.
Lightsaber
so good. The lightsaber just gets brighter as she gets more powerful. And then obviously certain things happen at the end. And at the end of that episode, I'm like, I want to see more of this story. Give me more of this. Give me a spin-off, please.
I would love to see more of episode 1 as well.
That one was really good. That's got that Seventh Samurai feel to it. I love that one.
I could watch
number 4. Yeah, number 4. I would love to see more of that story arc because I thought the story in that one was phenomenal too. I really love that one.
Was a good. Yeah, the twins.
The twins one, that's DBZ, and I'm just not a fan. It's over the top. I mean, they're all over the top, but I mean, some of them were not. They were very, very much respectful of the lore. They just had some fun with it, right? About how things work, and I was totally down with it. So I'd love to see.
I'd love to see some of the characters from those episodes in this game.
Oh God, yes.
I don't think we'll get that though.
I know, but it'd be nice.
I know what you're saying. I don't think they'll get to that at this point, unless they did a spin-off.
A spin-off series, then but we could get those. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited because it's now the fall anime season, and there's some good ones that came out. I started watching the first episode. There's one where the world's greatest assassin, and I don't know who they talked to, but they got some shit right on this guy, the way he was killing folks and stuff. I'm like, Did you talk to a sniper? Oh my god! You know, I was like, damn, this is some legit tactics using here. But he dies, right? And he's gonna be brought to another world. And I was like, okay, this one has some potential because I've been looking for something to watch because the other seasons ended. A lot of the anime, the season for the spring and summer are over, and I've been reading manga. That's how bad I've been jonesing for something to get my mind off things. And there's some good ones there I'm going to check out, and I'll let you guys know. All right, let's see. Questions. I think that was the last question. Let me see here. Yeah, we're caught up on questions. Wow, guys, we're doing pretty well today. We've answered a lot of questions, talked about our feelings, hate Mace.
God damn it.
Listen, man. It's legit.
You're here. You're here. And you talked about Mace. Take it. Okay?
Yeah, if you're gonna be ballsy in Relic 9 Mace, you're gonna take it like a man when we say what's wrong with you.
Kind of has a point.
You know,
sorry,
it's logical.
Yeah.
What's the other stuff that's been going on in the community since we're in between questions here? I mean,
we've got another Conquest coming up.
We got Conquest coming up, and so I'm looking forward to getting that done. I pretty much got that one on lockdown, because I already know what the scavengers and stuff that I'm going for and things. So I've pretty much got that one squared away. I'll have them all, but the problem is, as I said, salvage is really effing bad right now.
Let's look predictions. What data disc are you going to get, Ranger? What are you aiming for? What are you going to get?
For what?
Data disc for Conquest this time around. What do you think you're going to get?
Well, it depends on what's there. I usually go for we talked about this last time. I got 3 purples last time. The one previous, I didn't get any. And I didn't get any of this time, even though I got the purple ones like Booming Voice and some of the other ones, which was really nice. I didn't get any of the protection ones. I was like, God damn it. Can I get in? I got one entrenched and I got one of the defensive formations. I was like, Jesus Christ. That's the only one I'm going to get. It's the only ones I saw. I was like, this is poopy. Now, I didn't go for as many data discs, but the ones that I was looking, even when I looked, I'm like, damn. Even if I wanted to go for those data discs, those suck. But I usually go for I keep it simple, the buffs ones. I always get the evasion one because that helps with the 1 feet. I always get the scavenger that's got the frenzy stuff because you can go knock out that 1 feet with like 4 battles easily. The frenzy one's done. So that knocks out 2 of those feats just like that. The evasion one helps tremendously too because all your characters get evasion up at the beginning. And so yeah, it just depends on what's available. I mean, you're limited by the scope of like, Christ, what you get. I mean, it's one of my complaints about Conquest. I'm curious since we're all here. I mean, TW, I did get a lot of screenshots of a lot of the mismatches that happened the first round. I didn't get as many on the second round. I can say for my guild, we were pretty evenly matched with the people that we fought. Now, doesn't mean that there weren't horror stories out there. And trust me, I got the screenshots and sent that to CG. But I'll start with you, Nev. How was your TW matchups overall? Or does your guild care?
The first one, not so good. Second one, even just not enough time.
Yeah.
Time because there are
so many more teams and
because
stuff.
There's so many more teams per territory. It's more having just a little bit extra time would just be better because there was 30 minutes left when the backmost territory opened up, and my squads that were left over on off, I didn't have a huge amount. But as soon as that back door opened up and I saw all those Leia Akbar Rebel teams, I'm looking at my roster and thinking, if I just had a little bit more time, I could have used the rest of the squads in my roster and I could have smashed through at least 7 or 8 of those squads. But it took us that long to get to the back. We just needed more time.
All right,
so time was the issue for me.
Yeah, Heinze?
Not a huge change for me overall. It's a bit tricky with mine, as you know. I'm in one of the higher GP guilds.
Yeah, you had those guild leaders. That's why I'm asking this, is because I saw your video with the GL.
We're in the
TW guys.
So I don't think ours has really changed too much. I have seen, not a huge change at our end. It's tough, but I've seen some stupid matchups where there's been, almost 70, 80 mil GP differentials and stuff like that. And that's pretty rough. So there's been, there's certainly some more work to do there. I'm just wondering whether we know that they've certainly got the new matchmaking algorithm. Maybe it needs a bit of time to kick in and get the data it needs to get those better matchups. I don't know. But I'm just speculating at the moment, to be fair. But yeah, at mine, there hasn't been a big change. We came up against our sister guild PvP Elite, and then we came up against Japan Alliance. So we normally come up against them anyway. So I don't think there's much change at the top, gauntlet wise, at this point.
Yeah, I got a sense it was the time factor for the guys when you had them on the panel, that it was just the sheer amount of time you have to commit. I think setting defense 24 hours is 24 hours to set defense is fine, but I think just extending to 36 hours I think is fair. Just give us that 12 extra hours just to have more time to attack,
Drop the review time. Let's be honest. Drop the review time and make that time in attack. 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
We definitely need more time.
Rambam?
Absolutely.
So we were pretty evenly matched on ours. But to be honest, I do not care about TW. Never have, never will.
All right.
So
focus on Mace. That's all that matters.
No, I go full big dig defense every time. I drop like 700-800 banners on defense every time, and that's what my guild knows me for, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So we were, look at the matchup. We were pretty evenly matched, but we did come out with the win. So since this whole TW rework thing, we've been undefeated. So
yeah, and
good.
I had some people, talking about. I think it was Ziggler that was saying that the loots are worse than previous. I disagree with that, but I also understand that even though we are getting, I think, more loot for these TWs, it's still RNG based. So like, I got some really good gear this last one, but then Ziggler sent me a screenshot of his. I'm like, yeah, I can see why you would make that point. Kind of poopy. Those are some poopy pieces. So, and look, it's a GAC whisper. Hello, Thane. Okay, he's not talking.
Hello.
Now you're awake.
Hi.
Okay.
How's it going?
Yeah, I just asked a question and you're not even here with us. Like,
What was the question?
we're talking about TW, your matchups. How were they?
They're the same as they were before, man. Everybody that's in the top 10 in TW.
Yeah.
We have a rotation. We fight the top 10. We fight the top 20. It's gonna be the same as before. Matchmaking, whatever they do with the matchmaking is not gonna affect us.
Okay. Well, there you go. Just some thoughts on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan H is asking a bunch of Star Wars and other questions. We may get to those, but What Else 3 has an actual game question here. How important is Tech's Zeta for Bad Batch, especially if you add a fifth like Barris? I think all the Zetas on Bad Batch are important. In order, obviously Echo you want to get squared away first, but that team needs all their Zetas because that team is gross. We use it now undersized against Grievous. I've got it Relic 5, and even at Relic 5 with all the Zetas and them doing everything that they do, my God in heaven, they eat Grievous alive.
What kind of banners do they get?
Oh, high banners.
60, 61.
What did we get thing last night? Like 59 because we lost a little bit of protection at the end.
No, we got 60.
Oh yeah, we did get 60 on that one.
Because
yeah.
we went in there with 4.
Yeah, we went in there with 4. So we lost a little instead of 61. Yeah, last night we got all 60s or 59s on the battle, or a couple of 62s. Well, I was telling the story thing. We were curious about this. I don't know how that thing talked me into this, Rambam. So you're a little bit off the hook now for future references, because how you had me attack Jedi Knight Luke against the Ewoks. We went against Jedi Master Luke Solo against a Mon Mothma team, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well.
Oh shit.
Well, the reason we wanted to do it in seriousness. I'm giving it a hard time because it was poopy. We'll never do it again. But we got the dev versus content creator coming up. We want to see if we get that situation, because we got to score points. Will this GL be able to solo this? What's going to be the result? So it was a nice little test run for that, and then we know not to do that in future stuff. There's certain things we'll use Jedi Master Luke Solo on. That ain't one of them. So, Wolfels's question: has Thane been learning to bang on a trash can to help you win like you're cheating Astro? Is that what the birds do? Well, Phil, if we were to sit here and discuss all the cheating that's ever happened in baseball, we might as well strip every banner. Listen, I'm the first one to admit, Astros cheated. They should have had their World Series taken away. But they didn't. They got punished. People were fired. People lost their jobs. It happened, right? I mean, I've heard these same arguments with Deflategate, with Tom Brady, and other stuff like that, right? But then again, with all the other stuff going on in baseball, I mean, it's just one of those things. Now, that being said, since that season, you know, they're what's your excuse this year? Beating the shit out of the White Sox, and I mean, they're beating the shit out of the White Sox. You know, they're a really good team. That doesn't mean that what they did in 2017 is right, and they should be punished for it. So, I don't know what your team is, but yeah. I own it, trust me. But, I mean, if we're going to take banners from that, we might as well take during the steroids era and the amphetamines era and the there's been so many scandals in baseball with cheating, man. It is unbelievable, man. Oh, my God. It is one of the worst sports of that. I mean, so I have an appreciation for a little bit more for football because they got that shit cleaned up a long time ago. Professional football really nailed that stuff. And, yeah. It's unfortunate, but it's tainted. So until the Astros win another legit World Series, you know, yeah, they did win, but it's got that asterisk by it, and I can't argue against it. Shane says, "Stop spending money on this game. Disney is satanic." Ha! What do you mean? Well, Shane, looks like you don't believe in the purity of what we're trying to do. It's all about profits.
Yeah, this game is yeah. At the end of the day, Disney's a business. They're not going to do what's best for the people. They're going to do what's best for the business because that's how you run a business.
You gotta,
and a multi-billion-dollar business at that. Yeah. So disagree or agree with them doesn't matter. They're going to do what's going to satisfy their business at the end of the day.
Sure. Kaya, question: how fast should Tech and Echo be for Bad Batch? My Relic 4 Bad Batch loss against GG still won that GC though. Echo's the one you want fast. I've got mine at 360 speed. I don't play games, and I've also used him in other teams. I'll put him on the Kenobi team in a mirror match because he just shuts that team down, the other Kenobi and stuff. But Tech, I mean, around 300 is fine because once you get Echo going, he's going to go first, and he does his thing. Again, Hunter offense, you want him hitting hard. I mean, Rekka, you're going to put with lots of tank, mods and stuff like that, make him beefy. And then same thing with if you're not using, it depends on who you're using. I mean, as your fifth, I mean, you could use Omega if you want to go offense with her, but yeah, I think fast Echo is the way to go. It doesn't matter. He goes first. I mean. Yeah. So, but yeah, Tech right afterwards because you want Tech doing his thing. He's a little bit harder to get as fast as Echo, but yeah, Tech and around 300, 310, you kind of treat him like a Rex character in that regards. So, anybody else thoughts on the Bad Batch?
Mine are like Gear 7 to Gear 8.
Pretty well now.
Someday you'll get there, yeah. Well, maybe if you
someday.
Spent all that.
Someday I'll be a real boy.
Yeah, maybe if you spent all that gear on Relic 9 Mace, you might have a Bad Batch team. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, maybe if you invested, your resources into different Galactic Republic, you'd be right, bro.
But I don't want Bad Batch. I want Relic 9 Mace.
There's another mention. It's killing me.
God. Let's see, what else in 3? So what Rambam is saying is he bought Relic 9 Mace to get CG to spend more time thinking about the players.
Huh?
What? Okay.
No, I don't think so. I brought Relic 9 Mace because I wanted Relic 9 Mace.
Because he's a nutcase, that's why.
I fanatic. I mean, dedicated.
No, nutcase.
I will say with probably we probably got off topic with this one, but going to Conquest because I haven't talked about Conquest yet. Going to Conquest, I discussed it with the roundtable with Morton and them, but Crumb came onto our stream at some point in time. I forget whose it was, but he came in there and he was talking, asking questions and whatnot. And one of the ideas, because obviously everybody was talking about Conquest at the time, and one of the ideas that I threw out that he seemed to really pick up on it, so I'm hoping that it kind of sort of gets implemented somehow, was with the whole data card system, right? Data card system is fun if you get the right cards. The problem is getting the right cards, right? And so I said two things should happen at the end of Sector 5, at the end of the Kenobi boss or whatever boss that they have at Sector 5. You should be getting a purple card. You should have the option to get a purple card. Whether or not you choose it is a different story, but you should have the option to get a purple card because those can massively help out get those feats knocked out. And number two was if they're looking to monetize this whole Conquest thing, and I get it, refresh the energy, whatnot, whatever, agree or whatever, doesn't matter. If they're looking to monetize it, here's an easy way to monetize it that I would drop 150 crystals a day potentially on, is monetizing the data cards. And what I mean is giving you the option to refresh a node. Because how many times have we been on a node where we've seen a node, we're like, this got 3 of the exact same cards. Right. I already have this card. This is useless for me. Let me refresh. Let me refresh for 50 crystals. Okay, I want to refresh another.
Just 15 now it's crystals. I don't think we need 50. Just 15. Just like with the mod store.
Yeah, but something, right? It forces players to use crystals, which potentially could equal out to whaling a little bit. And there's your monetization aspect. And Crumb, with the feedback that he mentioned in chat, he really liked that idea. So I'm hoping maybe that is he takes that and sees what he can do with that.
Yeah. Hi, Poby. Poby's in the chat. Hello, Poby.
Hey, Pope.
The Popesters here. Everything's right in the world. Yeah, we'll see. Again, they're taking your guys' feedback. We'll see what happens with Conquest 10. So I can not say anything. The feedback's being heard. They're sending it up. Things, they're listening. That's all I'm going to say. They are definitely listening to you guys' feedback and everybody's feedback on this.
Yeah, everybody says CG doesn't listen, but I will strongly disagree on that part.
Yeah, they listen very much.
They listen.
Big time. Hey, shout out.
They have to do what was going to be best for the community and the health of this game in the long run. And
it's a balancing act.
Right. It may not be what the community wants, but it's for the best of the health of this game because at the end of the day, they don't want this game to die.
Yeah.
Right. And
that's their bread right there, baby.
Right. If the community leaves, then no one's spending money on this game, which the game dies. And so it's a balancing act.
All right. We're right near the end of the hour here. We're going to let everybody pimp their stuff and get on out of here because we got other things to do. It's Saturday. It's college football day here in the U.S. So I know a lot of people are cheering for their alma maters. There's the baseball playoffs going on. There's a lot going on this week in the U.S. My God, there's so much sporting events. It's ridiculous. You got playoffs, baseball. You got college football. You got the NFL. It's ridiculous. But this is the time we will allow everybody to pimp their stuff. We'll start with the Nev.
Thank you.
Oh, Governor.
Yes. So I stream on GACs and I
do
a show with Ranger
Yep.
GA Center, and I do the Escape Podcast on Fridays, and I do everything on Twitch and YouTube. So it's Escape Podcast on Twitch and on YouTube.
All right. Hoinsey.
Yes, sir.
Where can folks check you out at, mate?
Not hard to find. YouTube, Heinzie, straight up. Rogue Actions on Monday. We'll be back up after it again.
Actually, it is hard to find. You have to put Galactic Legend Heinzie, you mutant.
No, that's in Twitch. I haven't got to that bit yet, you clown. I'm talking about on YouTube, it's just Heinzie. But yes, on Twitch, it is Galactic Legend Heinzie.
We were going to raid you big time last night, but...
yeah,
I know, but I'm like, all right, that's fine. He doesn't want all these people.
Don't help me. I'm sorry. So I do apologize, certainly. But mate, always appreciate the love and the support. You guys know that. So you know where to find me. I'm not hard to find, you guys.
He's always there. Rambam.
YouTube at Rambam001, Twitch Rambam001, collective Discord with the battalion, 1 battalion strong. So. I'm all over the place. If you mention Maze, I'll probably hear it, and I'll just pop in.
If you say Maze 3 times, he will appear.
He will appear, yeah.
I think I'm joking too. It literally happens.
Condiment Spieler. Anything you want to say? He's probably not even awake. Poor guy.
He's fallen asleep again.
Yeah, he's gone back. He's drooling on himself right now. I was like, it's too early. It's like not even 8 o'clock his time. Jeez. All right, and if you're watching this, yes, Shadowville, you missed it. I was talking about the Stros and the Cowboys earlier. I'm optimistic, but I'm waiting for the carpet to be pulled out. Oh man, the Cowboys, man. It's been the way it's been for the last 20 years, man. It's been brutal. They have these really good teams, and then they poop the bed. They always screw it up.
Oh, the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. I was spoiled as a kid in the, growing up, especially in the early 90s when they were just so dominant, won all those Super Bowls. It was like, oh my God, this could last forever. No, it really doesn't. That's why I have a huge appreciation when your teams are doing well. Watch and support them because you never know when it's going to go back to being poopy. All right. And if you're watching this on RSG, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe. It's always appreciated. You can, if you really want to support the channel, you can support us with Patreon. You can always become a Patreon member and come hang out with me early before Wednesday night shows and all the other good stuff. $5 a month. Yeah, all that stuff for us. And do me a favor, guys, before we get out of here. These guys gave you their channels and stuff, so please go follow these guys, watch their videos. It really does, support what they're doing. It's just to show love, say thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. They could be doing anything else, but they're here hanging out with you guys and answering your questions. So please show some love to these other content creators. That's why we allow them. From wetness. Ramband, I love that one. I did that one. I hope you like it. Ramband with the bits. I did a lot of new ones that are in there. I don't know if you saw them all, but yeah, there's the call one. Yeah, there's the call one. Arnold doing the call. That's our most famous. People love that one. Good God.
It's on heavy rotation. It's fun. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's Loki's favorite one with the cat. Trying to think of some of the other ones we did. There's a bunch of new ones in there that I did. I have to go back and there's some new ones I want to do. I just haven't had time to cut those together. So
he said it's just a tip, and I gotta carry this thing around.
That's a classic one right there. No! Yeah, that's a classic one. The grindy ones will always just stay there. I will never change those out. I mean,
he's still a big deal.
He is. Someone asked me last night, could I play the homeless story? Because that's one of the things you can get. And so I played it for, it's usually like 2,000 bits or something, right? So I played it last night. People were cracking up. It's like
there were so many panties. I got a bunch of panties. I was like, stop saying that word. I hate it.
Yeah, there's another McVenom one. There's so many classic lines. I pulled from all kinds of folks on all these. So you can get all the famous RSG quotes with the bits and stuff, which is very much appreciated. People love them, man. They really do. Whether it's
Friday.
Oh God.
My mods ain't got 5 dot, and they ain't rolling no speed.
Jesus.
How do I bend over?
God, here we go.
Oh, I love these.
We might as well play them out. Everyone can watch all the bits. If there's any more, then by all means.
Oh no.
There's the Moz one.
Oh my God, we're oh look, now, but we almost got a hype train too.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Oh my God.
we're almost at a hype train. This is crazy.
You're kidding me. I'm pulling up Twitch.
Not
right
even
now.
streaming on Twitch. We got.
Look at this.
It's like every time I jump on it, it tips.
He's not wrong. God damn it. There's been so many times.
I've seen one like that.
God. Oh my God. Yeah, we're getting pretty close actually. People are cheering like mad people.
How do I bend over?
God, you really like that one, Rambam. God. All right, is there any more? I'm just waiting. And then we'll end the stream. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're like, never gonna give you up. God, yeah. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna tell a lie. Desert you. There we go. it's just rickrolled myself. There we go. What's that panel behind you there, Nev?
Ayla Secura's ass.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm looking at it like that's pretty nice.
It is a good ass.
That's a nice little. Let me pin you here because.
No, I was just
look at
seeing
this.
that one of the questions was about
It's
comments.
like every time I jump on it,
that's a
tips.
comment. It's a story
God.
with General Fisto and General.
Can you die from?
Fisto gets to do first base with General Secura. So she is drawn so well in that comic.
Not bad. Not too bad
So
there.
she got fistoed.
She got.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
God. Exa with the oh my while we're saying this stuff. Awful. Just awful. All right. We're going to wrap it up. We've got this wonderful panel, Nev, with the Ayla Security. Heine. The Heine on there. Who is messaging me? Oh, yeah. Let me put that in there again.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yeah, there's the demonetization right there, cowbell. Oh, well.
You can just hush.
I can just hush. That's right. I'm going to put this in here. They're having an auction stream for Chewbacca for the Northwest Kidney Centers. I'll put the link in here again. If you guys want to go support that, please do, and support Becca and what she's doing. So
I've actually got a bit of an announcement, actually, brother.
Oh.
Quickly, speaking of charities, we're coming up to November, and I'm going to participate this year in Movember. Everyone's been bagging me for a long time because I have no hair. I'm going to participate in Movember this year, and I'm going to try and imitate the Crumb.
There was a way to put.
I'm going to give that a shot.
On top
see how
of
that
each other.
goes. So we're going to try and get some mutton chop / moustache action going on. It's not going to be pretty.
There you
Mrs.
go.
H is not impressed. I'm not going to lie.
I'm sure she's not happy about it. No.
There's more on that coming soon. But yeah, I'm going to do Movember this year.
Well, we can do the big announcement because we got our charity stream on the 30th of October, man.
Oh,
spectacular! Raising money for the American Cancer Society 24-hour stream, baby. So put on your calendars.
I'm in. I'll be there.
Yeah, the big ACS stream.
What do you want me dressed up as?
I don't know. You dress whatever you want. It's Halloween. I'm going to be just, of course, like I always dress up as Darth Revan. I've got the costume that the skewers got me, so I got to wear that.
Nice.
But whatever you want to do. Yeah, whatever.
I'll see what I can come up with.
You can do Princess Leia again. Whatever you want, buddy.
I've never done Leia. Hell no. I've never done
Leia. You poor soul.
No,
I haven't done Leia.
Right,
no, that would seriously, that would mess with people's minds forever.
Yeah,
you could never
think
do that.
Yeah. All right. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. That's the end of the Academy. We're going to get the hell on out of here. I'll be back tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern for some Dungeons and Dragons. So we'll come have some fun with you. So come hang out if you like Dungeons and Dragons. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. And then we'll do GAC and lunch streams and all kinds of stuff on Monday. So everyone have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here. We love you guys, and we will see you soon.